Hello, my wily artists. This week we're going to do part 1 of our 2-part project. So make sure that you hold on to your work so we can finish it next time. Okay, we're going to focus on all 7 elements of art. So let's get started and have fun.
These are the elements of art: line, shape, form, space, color, value, and texture. A person cannot create art without using at least 1 or 2 of these elements. Lines are a continuous mark made on some kind of surface. Lines can be straight or wavy, thin or bold. When put together, lines create shapes. Shapes can be geometric, like squares, circles, and triangles, or natural, like a tree or a seashell. They can be 2-dimensional or flat, like a pencil mark on paper. Or they can be 3-dimensional, like a sculpture. When something is 3-dimensional, it has form. Objects with form take up space, or at least look like they take up space. Space is the distance or area between, around, above, or within things. It can be the area taken up by an object, or it can be the area around an object. Color can often help show us space. Color is the most expressive element of art. There are primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. There are also secondary colors, orange, green, and purple. Secondary colors come from mixing the primary colors. Colors always have a value. Value is the lightness or darkness of a color. When a dark value is next to a light value, it creates contrast. Different color values can create texture. Texture is how a surface feels. They can be rough or smooth, wet or dry, soft or hard. These are the elements of art: line, shape, form, space, color, value, and texture. They are in every piece of art ever made, but they are also in the world around you. Look around. Can you find them?
Okay, now that you have your supplies, I went ahead and I started mine with a draft with my pencil, and it might be wise if you guys did that too. So I have all my supplies right here, and I'm going to start with my paper horizontal, which is lengthways, or width, however you want to say that, widthways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with an S to my name. Now you're going to make your name in the middle. So we're going to make our name in bubble letters. So how you do that is you start with the first letter of your name and you just make it into a big fat bubble. So I'm going to use Scott. So as you can see, I'm going to have the illusion of the C going in back of my S. So I just make a normal C and I just curve it around and make sure it's a sealed shape. So I want you to go ahead and I want you to make your name, again, you might want to start with a pencil, make your name in the middle of your page, but don't make it too big because we have to make sections in the background that is going to incorporate our elements of art. After you use a pencil, please go over it with a Sharpie because we want to make sure it shows up nice and bright. And as you know, there are 7 elements of art, but we are going to make 6 sections in the back of our name. The 7th element we're going to put inside our name. So I want you to divide your paper into 6. So you're going to put 6 lines, but try to make them as equal as you can, equal spaces. So there's 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to go through like my sections going behind my name. So there's my 6 spots in the back of my name. Each section is going to have an element, and I want you to write in each area the element I write. The first one we are going to write is color. Again, if I'm going too fast, please pause the video. Don't make it too big, your word. The next one is we're going to write space. Next to that is texture. And then next to texture, we're going to put form, F-O-R-M, form. And I will review these again as we go. And then next time we'll finish it up as well. We'll finish a couple of our elements we haven't learned. The next one is shape. And then the top one is value, V-A-L-U-E. And then inside your name somewhere, I want you to write line. And that's going to be our 7th element of art. Now we have a paper with all 7 elements of art on them. The first thing we're going to do is today we're going to work on all elements except value and shape. Next week, we're going to focus on those two a little bit more. So start with your name, and you're going to have different lines, different shapes, at least have 4 different line choices inside your name. So I'm just going to do some zigzags, some diagonal, some loops. So go ahead and fill in your name with different kinds of lines. Okay, now that we've finished our first element that we're working on, which is line, we're going to go to our next one, which is color. Fill this space with your own personal color choices or your color scheme. My favorite color is purple. I've seen this done many ways. I'm going to use different colors of purple because this represents me. My favorite color is purple. I like the University of Washington Huskies, and I like lavender is one of my favorite wildflowers. So you're going to choose a color that represents you. Now notice I have left my line or my element name. I did not color over the word color. I've left it, there's a space of white between that because I want to make sure that you can see what element I'm talking about. So go ahead and color in this space the best way it represents you. Okay, I know most of you have finished your color. I'm going to come back to mine later. I'm going to focus now on space. We're going to draw a landscape of somewhere that you would like to visit. I would love to visit the beach. So for space, we're going to focus on our overlapping. So here I have a horizon line, and underneath that I might have some waves. And behind that I'm going to have a kind of a sunset going down over my horizon line. So I'm going to color it in. So when you think of space, make sure you're showing things that are close, far, middle, and we're going to color the whole space. I'm choosing the beach, but you can choose wherever you want. For example, desert, jungle, mountains, an island, a city, anything you want. Just focus on your space of that. If you choose a city, do some buildings that are closer, do some buildings that are farther away, just like my sunset here. I'm going to make a palm tree that shows it's closer, and then I'll have the sand that's closer to that. So again, focus on space for this element. You will need to pause the video. I know this might be kind of fast, but this project is a 2-day project. So don't feel frustrated if I'm going fast. It's just the video, so make sure you pause it. Okay, have fun focusing on the element of space. Okay, our next element that we have worked on a few of our lessons is texture. I want you to go outside of your home, or you can look out your window, and draw at least 3 different textures you see. I'm going to cut my texture into 3 sections. And when I went outside, I saw grass. I make little texture marks for my grass because that is exactly what I saw. And then today I saw a bunch of snow, a bunch of texture on our ground and on our trees. I'm going to just do some snowflakes in my second texture. And then on the outside of our house, we have some brick. And brick has a lot of texture on it. So my 3 textures are grass that I saw, snow, and snowflakes actually, and brick. So go ahead, find and figure out what 3 textures you can put in this section that is around you. Okay, our final element that we are going to do today is form. We've worked on this a little bit, but we need to focus on it just a little bit more. So a form, let me remind you, is something that is a cube or a sphere, a circle, or a cylinder. So I want you to look around your house, look around you, find something that is one of those, a cylinder, a cube, or a sphere. I like Diet Mountain Dew in a can. That is going to be my cylinder that I'm using. So I want you to do at least 3 objects, at least 3. You can do more. So my first one is a Diet Mountain Dew can. That's going to represent my cylinder. Then when I looked around, I saw dice. My dice that I have for my board games, I'm going to put 2 dice on there because that's something I have at my home. And the sphere I found is a softball. My daughter plays softball and I saw one in her room. So I said that would be a good sphere for this project. So there's my Diet Mountain Dew can. I'm going to make 2 cubes for my 2 dice, my 2 die, and my softball. So now for form, I want you to do the same thing. Look for a cylinder, a cube, and a sphere. 3 things that are around you. Again, this will take you some time. I'm going to finish this part up, color my background because I want every section filled, and then I'm going to go back and finish my color element. So today was, I know, a busy day. We did line, color, space, texture, and form. Next week, we will do shape and value. Then we will have a wonderful final project. Okay, I will see you next week. Nicely done.